Hi everybody, Professor Gustin here, and you made it to the final exam. Congratulations. I had a couple students that have asked me for a little advice on how to study for the final exam, and here's what I have. The first thing I would do is look at your grades, and you can see on the grade sheet the total number of points that you already have. Then you look at the syllabus, which I have sitting down here. And on the syllabus, you can see how many points you need to get to the grade you want. So that, first of all, gives you some perspective on how you need to do in the final exam. If you need, 85 points to get the grade you want, you're going to have to study a little bit more than somebody who needs 50 points. So keep that in mind. Know how many points you need on the final exam to get to the grade that you're looking for, because yeah, it's a lot to study. What the final exam looks like is I forget now, 60 some, where did I write it down? 67 multiple choice questions. And there are diagrams on some, so it might just say name this part, or it might say, identify the part that does blah, blah, blah. So looking at diagrams that we've had all semester long of body parts and neurons and the digestive system and all the different systems and that kind of thing, there could be pictures on there that will, knowing the diagram will be helpful. Otherwise, all the questions are spread out uniformly throughout all the material for the semester. So if you look at the syllabus, every week has the same number of questions. So there's no one thing that's emphasized over the others. If you haven't already, you can always look at the questions you got wrong on your past tests. You can go to quizzes and you can click on, it tells you in your syllabus how to see that if you haven't done that already. But you go to quizzes, select the quiz you're interested in, then you select attempt, and that will get you to another page. Select attempt again, and you should be able to see the comments, the wrong answers in the comments that you got on that, anything that I might have written. But that only shows you the wrong answers. So one of the things to do is make sure you're really good at the right answers, especially if you don't need to do really, really well. And one of the ways just to jog your memory is just to start going through those vocabulary words. Go down the vocabulary words, try to imagine, when you have a diagram, what are the parts, what do they do? But start going down those vocabulary words, and then places where you're doing really well, get through that. And if you need a really high grade, you emphasize the parts that aren't coming to you easily and do a little extra studying. I don't put anything really obscure on the final exam. I mean, these are things you've heard of before, things that you would expect me to ask you. So no big surprises, but it really is just sitting down with those vocabulary lists and then going to your study guides and your learning outcomes and reviewing those to some degree. Now, I know it's too much to review all at once, but chunk it out and make an assessment of how much you need to do. There's no real magic. If you studied well on the first for the exams and you're remembering it still, it's going to be a lot easier than if you just did kind of a memorize one day and take the test and then forget it all. So anyway, there's no magic to tell you about how to do on that. But remember, it is only 100 points, so it's not going to have a huge impact on your grade. But for some people, it could matter a lot. So good luck. Take care. Good luck. Bye-bye.